Finally, Scotland's much heralded new hate crime bill came into force yesterday, as of the 1st of April in Scotland, stirring up hatred against protected characteristics like age, disability, religion, sexual orientation and transgender identity is a crime punishable by up to 7 years in prison. The only trouble is, of course, what constitutes stirring up hatred is very much open to interpretation, isn't it? And leaves the bill open to abuse by a political and cultural establishment eager to shut down dissent and criticism. It's almost as if the SNP have run Scotland into the ground, misappropriated funds donated in good faith by party members, and are now facing imminent electoral oblivion if they don't find some way to cling on to power, and are now desperately clutching at straws, pandering to mentally ill woke extremists and exhibiting a distinct penchant for Tim Pot authoritarianism. There's no doubt this moronic, unworkable law will be abused by the hard left to try to criminalise anyone who publicly expresses an opinion they disagree with. They've a well-established reputation over the past decade for publicly shutting down debate and creating a culture of fear around questioning their narrative. And now in Scotland, they've got the police on their side. Scottish police have made a ham fist of trying to explain what a hate crime is by adopting a bright red furry hate crime monster as their mascot, and the best description of hate criminals they can come up with is young men between 18 and 30 with deep-rooted feelings of being socially and economically disadvantaged, combined with ideas about white male entitlement. A description which seems quite hate-filled, sexist, ageist and racist in and of itself. Good luck to the Scottish police trying to implement a new hate crime law that they've unknowingly flouted themselves at the very moment of its inception. What an extraordinary level of stupidity the Scottish people have to put up with from their authorities. Hamza Youssef, First Minister of Scotland, best known for his overtly racist viral speech in Scottish Parliament, complaining about how many white people there are in positions of influence in the country, a country that is 95.4% white, has enthusiastically championed this legislation with absolutely no trace of self-awareness whatsoever. A man with all the charisma of a cabbage slug who has absolutely no chance of leading Scotland past the next election, or very possibly of finding any kind of respectable job thereafter. Youssef must know by now what horrendous and laughable error of judgment the hate crime bill is. Yet he's cracking on with it anyway, despite the open ridicule of high-profile figures like J.K. Rowling, Elon Musk and Joe Rogan. This legislation is utterly doomed to failure. It's going to temporarily cause a great deal of aggravation and division and waste a huge amount of police time and taxpayers' money before being quietly consigned to the scrap heap. But not before a good few people's lives have been ruined in the process, convicted and banged up for words interpreted to have caused hurty feelings. This hate crime bill represents a pathetic nadir of hard left censorship which has blighted Britain for the past decade, and yet these people always seem to find new depths to plumb. Let's be clear about this. Hate isn't a crime, nor is it something to be ashamed of. It's a vital emotional alarm bell. It tells us when we're subject to injustice and corruption. It tells us when we're under attack. It's a survival mechanism. Chances are those who demand that you suppress your hatred are themselves the cause of it. Please do like and subscribe and support me on Patreon for exclusive content every week. New live stand updates in Southampton, Southend, NUNEATON and Yeadon. Ticket links beneath this video. Thanks for watching.